Sparking Zero has been nothing but fun so far, but in my humble opinion, I think the base tutorial, does little to no real job when it comes to teaching you some mechanics. But this is not the point of this video. The point is to actually give you the tools to counter the Great Ape in story mode. I have been playing this game non-stop for the last 3 days, and I can tell you that for whatever reason, the CPU in the story mode is way harder than the CPU on Super in private matches. So you're going to get your ass kicked, no matter who you are, and that's okay. I'm just here to tell you how to not get that ass kicked as much. So when it comes to those big fighters, the giant apes and his cousins, it's very important that you do not try to face them head on, because if you do, you're going to get cooked. It doesn't matter if you are Gogeta or Kefla, you need to be safe because those guys have super armor. They will power through your attacks, deal a lot of damage in no time, stagger you, and then default to the ultimate or their beam attacks. And if you are cornered, there is a big chance you're going to get hit. So, how do you actually deal with those enemies? Listen, it doesn't matter if you are Goku or Gogeta. If you face a giant enemies like those people, they are built different. Keep in mind, they are built different. You need to strategize. You need to approach this fight differently. You don't want to stay too close to them, because if you do, well, even if you land those hits, unless you land those special hits which can lift them up, there is a big chance they're going to hyper armor through your moves, hit you, stagger you, and then use a beam, and we're talking plenty of damage. Plus, you cannot break those grabs. Whenever they try to grab you, unless you get out of the way, you're going to get grabbed. And the hitbox is so wide that unless again you know the grab is coming, you will get grabbed, you get thrown, and then boom, here come the beams. So it doesn't matter who you are, you need to be very careful. For this fight in story mode, I would suggest doing your best to stay in the air. The reason why you want to stay in the air is because you have multiple I'll say obstacles down there which prevent you from moving freely. It's very important that you can actually maneuver freely, because whenever he's going to try to shoot those beams, and for whatever reason he will do that a lot, the CPU in the story mode can go for multiple beams in a row just because it can spam that many times. So you really want to be careful and have the room to move around freely. And how do you actually react to those beams? You don't want to get hit. Again, they can take the whole health bar if you get hit. What you want to do is wait for the AI to ready the attack, and when you feel like it's coming, you press X to dash out of the way. I'm using the PlayStation controls, but yeah, it's basically the one button you press to dash left or right, up or down. You want to dash out of the way. You do not want to panic. If you panic, the tracking is amazing. It's like playing Dark Souls. If you try to roll too soon, you're going to get hit. Again, wait, be patient, and dash out of the way. Now that's how you avoid the beams. Now, how do you actually deal damage? You can actually play patiently and punish those enemies whenever they make a mistake. Like for example, we just established that you can dash out of the way whenever they are trying to use some beams. Now, Goku also can use a beam. It's the Kamehameha. It's the Kamehameha. I'm sorry for that too. Anyway, you can use your beam, but keep in mind, this is a slow version. Even if you don't hold it, it will still be slow. So you don't. I feel like you will not be able to go for a clash, which you will most likely win. You won't be able to go for a clash because the Great Ape's beam is going to be faster than yours. So what you want to do is only use your Kamehameha whenever you dash. That way you catch the ape off guard, and then you can deal some damage, and also you can keep him away. The key is to stay away. It's like social distancing. You don't want any beef. You don't want to stay close to that guy. If you do, he's going to destroy you, and your health is going to go down very, very, very fast. So this is the best way to go about this fight. You stay away, you keep your distance, you observe, and you punish him whenever he's going for a beam. Now, this is playing a very patient game, and I think if you do play your cards right, you will get home with a big W, because even if he does close the gap, you can still dash away. This is why you have the key. You don't want to waste your key on key blast, because you will just, those will just tickle him. No, what you want to do is actually stay away and make sure you have some key to be able to dash. Now, if you want to actually go melee on this guy, it is possible. You just need to know that it's not going to be easy. You can do so, and whenever you go into sparking mode, you will be able to actually stagger the ape and any giant enemy. They will respect your hit and they will not be able to, hyper armor through your moves. It may happen if there is like a tiny gap between your combos, but this is why you need to make sure you actually go behind those enemies and do some back shots. Back shots in this game, very, very strong. It's not just about the apes or big enemies. Back shots are great against any type of enemies in this game, and you should use them to your advantage. Whenever you are in sparking mode, you can perform 2 or 1 hit and boom, you can press the vanish button to go behind them and then, do what you have to do, combo them. And then when you feel like your meter is about to run out, you perform 1 more Kamehameha and boom, that's a lot of damage, and you retreat again until you can save more key bars. Again, the moment you actually caught without key is the moment you lose the fight, because he will not let you go. Even when you try to run away, unless you can like create a massive gap between the two of you, he will always try to come for you. So keep in mind that keeping at a safe distance is how you do things. You analyze the enemy, and this applies to not just the opponent, the Great Ape Vegeta, but any enemy in this game. You want to make sure you actually analyze how they fight, and that way you can come up with a good way to fight back. It doesn't matter who you are playing with. If you don't understand the strategy to deal with someone, you will most likely lose, even though you may be the better fighter. So hopefully this helps. Again, don't try to be a hero, and if you do want to be a hero, you need to spend some time in training, the proper training, and actually get familiar with the mechanics in this game. Otherwise, you're going to get demolished. The enemies in this game in story mode are very strong. They have some crazy bugs. Sometimes they can get their key back so fast, which means they can always keep applying pressure to you. And because you don't have the same ability to recover key, you won't be able to vanish as much as they do. You won't be able to use some abilities as much as they do, and you will get caught in bad spots every single time receiving back shots. So again, protect that back. Protect that back, like this is the last thing, is the most important thing on earth, because it is. Anyway, I'm G, so let me know down below how you were able to defeat this boss, and yeah, until next time, stay safe and protect that back.
元気玉出すために精神集中する暇もねえ。